NBA, but the bad news is there is no basketball. There is no NBA. The game has been canceled. Ha ha! Happy April Fool's Day, baby. This is the NBA, and we've got a great one in store. Along with Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Timberwolves can please this home crowd. Zubac's no good. And so it's Paul. With it, bringing it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Take a look at the history of the Portland Trail Blazers, and part of the NBA since 1970, and the phrase Rip City, which has stuck with the team ever since winning that title back in 1977.
And for the Blazers, a lot of ups and downs with their history.
A lot of wins, but the franchise has been a bit cursed with some major injuries in the last 15 years. You think of guys like Greg Oden, the first pick in the draft, Bill Walton back in the 70s, and the ankle injuries that he had to deal with. That young team felt like they were going to run the West for quite some time, and those injuries really hurt and devastated the fan base in Portland.
And now Portland on the break. McCollum with the ball.
And CJ, such an effective two-guard, not just a shooter, and a great shooter at that, but a capable passer when his teammates are open.
Now here's Paul. Garnett left side. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Well, not a mismatch until you exploit it. That's exactly what he did there from the mid-range.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And we've seen just how incredible McCollum can be when he is feeling it. One of the few guards in the league who gets everything to fall when his shot is on. It's why he can just erupt with huge scoring nights at any given time.
The Elitza misses.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger. What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Garnett wide open. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. It's deflected. Pass to Tatum. Inside. Zubac loses his grip and misses the dunk. And with McCollum's explosiveness, Greg, you recall he put up 50 points in a game last season.
And how about he did so in under 30 minutes of floor time? McCollum, only the second player to ever achieve that mark. Helps he started with a 28-point first quarter. When he is locked in, he can put up points like nobody's business.
Sinks that one from the post.
And Tatum already showing some efficiency from beyond. Fantastic at getting the position he wants for the shot.
Now here's Paul. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble. And that's about as easy as it gets. Not many guys are going to blow wide open layups at the professional level like that.
Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
That's when Chris Paul kicks in that extra gear, 4th to 5th. And I love how he slips past the D on the drive.
It's McCollum with the drive. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. Paul with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. Pass to Garnett. Shoots over Zubac. And Garnett misses.
Well, few have more job security in the NBA than Terry Stotts. Consistently gets a ton out of his Portland Trail Blazer team. They run a very intricate and unique offense. Now in his 7th year with the Blazers, they've had a lot of success under Coach Stotts.
Trail Blazers leading by 5. Here's McCollum. Pass to Horford. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And with Terry Stotts last year, there were some rumblings about his job after the sweep.
Might have been a bit of a knee-jerk reaction. Remember, Portland slid into that 3rd seed with how close it was in the Western Conference, and that might have added a bit more pressure. But Portland does not have a lot of flexibility with their roster. Somehow Terry Stotts gets to 50 wins in any given year. So it might have been a poor decision, and they saw through that. He's back for this season.
From 18 feet away, again the Trail Blazers score.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And they double up Paul. And stolen by Tatum. Here's McCollum.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the 1st quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing. The passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
And stolen by Horford. Rebound, Minnesota.
And a little frustration now, missing on the catch and flush.
Sometimes the easy play is the right play. You take a chance when you go for that big finish.
Stolen by McCollum. And again, Portland running the court in transition. And there's the bucket from Tatum.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Timberwolves trail by 15. Kicks it out to Johnson. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Great patience on the block, elevating with ease and then sinking the close range shot over the top of the D.
Outside Robinson. And a wide open look for McCollum. Off target with his 3. That will count. And so it's Portland. 13 points up at the end of the period. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. They're deep. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen, Trailblazers pretty much in control here.
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, they're taking care of the ball. They're attacking on defense, and this has them out to a big lead after 1.
Kicks it out to Paul. Wide open look here for Murray. Again, the miss by Murray. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Trailblazers. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Robinson. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Robinson's got the opening basket here in the 2nd quarter for Portland. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Niang. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 4 on the clock. Here's Johnson. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one. We have so many great point guards in the league right now, Brent. Which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up the top of my list for pick-and-roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career in the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry is still at the point guard position, does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but two of my favorites to watch.
And so here's Portland. Trailblazers leading by 15. Out to the right wing. Here's Hart. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Down low. Urginus. Rebounded by Hart. Here's Robinson. This is his first chance at the line tonight. The first one falls. Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
Back to Tatum. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Man, and Tatum gets up on these alley-oops, has a great grasp of when to attack and exploit the opponent.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
Timberwolves trail by 20. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Pretty much count on double-digit assists from Chris Paul, one of the best passers in league history.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Crawford, no one around him. And no good, trying to use the glass. Portland leading by 18. To the middle. Here's Jones. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Jones has got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Paul goes in. Pass to Wilson. Clock at 6. Great D that time from Tatum. Portland with the ball. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen. Back to Hart. In the corner, Horford with it. Oh, good with the triple. And so it's Paul bringing it up for Minnesota. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. The Trailblazers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And if there was ever a guy who was more than what his stats say, it's Al Horford. Won't have nights where he drops 50 or carries a team with his shot blocking, but you ask anyone he's played with and they'll tell you he is a perfect teammate.
Shot clock at 6. Back to Kidd-Gilchrist. And Jones sends it back. And they get it back. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. .107 left now here in the second. And the big men who compete against Horford have nothing but respect for him, Greg.
Well, it is why he's been selected as an all-star by his peers and why guys like Embiid admire his game. I mean, Horford does all the small things on the floor you need as a big man. He's so humble. He just goes about his game and makes his team better in every facet.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks. No good from Zubac.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
The Timberwolves shooting their second and third free throws tonight. The first free throw is good. And both free throws good from Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. There's 10 seconds left in the first half. Left side, Tatum. Shoots over Brogdon. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Right back after this break. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Now here's Paul. Garnett outside. 5 to shoot. Over McCollum. And no good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. Tatum with it. Now Horford. Here's Isaac. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And Horford really showing off his slick passing with that dime.
Wilson. And it's sent back by Horford. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, it's like 4 teenagers at home over the summer, just not enough activity. You've gotten your rest. It's time to man up.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Paul outside. Garnett left side. Shoots from 14. And off the glass. That one's good.
Chris Paul at his best right there on that kind of play. A legendary distributor who spots the open man.
Horford high post. Left side, Porter. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Porter's got his second bucket of the night.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Minnesota calls timeout. The G League is testing out more ways to speed up the game. Shorter overtime periods, a 14-second shot clock after an offensive rebound. You think those are necessary things?
I think they're worth trying out, Kevin. I don't know necessarily that they're necessary. Is that redundant?
No,
it might have
like
been.
It makes sense when you say it.
But the league always exploring ways to improve the game, and I commend Adam Silver and the competition committee for trying.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Chandler. They get it again. Kicks it out to Paul. Inside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Good D by McCollum.
And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just shouldn't miss that.
And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. To the paint. And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in. Kid Gilchrist has got 10.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop. And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Trailblazers leading by 16. And Jones has it in the corner. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
Here's Hart. And it's slammed in by Jones.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
Paul is doubled. From deep, Johnson. No good there. Now Portland takes it the other way.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Right side, Porter. Here's Jones. Pass to Robinson. Over Johnson. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Portland, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well. Just about 75% from the line.
Chalk up 2 there. 14 points for Michael Kid Gilchrist.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Over to the left wing. To the inside. Robinson, that's good. Robinson's got 8 points.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
For Minnesota, they have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Both good from the line that time. And Skal Labissiere, Brent, a slender 6'11", adjusting to the physicality of the NBA always is a challenge for these players.
I remember one scout saying he gets pushed around by guys who get pushed around. And that's something he's trying to work on. A better base, maybe a little more well-rooted so that he can maintain and hold his position. But his NBA rebounding numbers have been pretty solid.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Minnesota shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Now, this is an area where Chris Paul has been solid every year, always right around 90% from the charity stripe.
Pass to Harkless. Down low. Here's Zubats. Excellent D there from Garnett. Timberwolves trail by 14. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by Hart.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
To the paint. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Here's Garnett. Timberwolves passing it around. Tries it from 9. Kicks it out to Paul. Here's Bertans for 3. That shot off. Labissiere inside. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And the shot goes in. And the Trailblazers lead by 18.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the... And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. Minnesota calls timeout.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
Trailblazers leading by 18. To the middle. Here's Zubac. And that's good for 2 as he grabs the feed. Zubac has got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for Portland. The drive by Paul. The 3 from Bertans. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Well, in this day and age, big men shoot more and more three-pointers, and he's fully capable of a triple.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Labissiere with great timing and some great chemistry being shown on that play.
Over in the corner, Bertans. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters. Fishing with dynamite.
Pass to Labissiere. Wants to get it to Zubac. And does.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I think they have been winning the battle of shot selection here in the second half, and that's led to an excellent shooting percentage from the field.
Kid Gilchrist with it. Zubac defending. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. Here's Jones. Labissiere in the corner.
Come get it, come get it.
Here's Robinson. Bertans grabs the board. And it's Paul with the ball for Minnesota. Kid Gilchrist kicks it out to Paul. Pass to Bertans. No good on the triple.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Scal is just so mobile, and when he gets out into transition, man, he can become dangerous.
Kicks it out to Wilson. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Man, that's a clean shot, too. You got to sink those. He must be disappointed that he blew that chance.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff.
That's good passing down low. He's good at working the ball deep into the post.
Out left to the wing. Zubac, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Wasted no time on that one. Wilson's got 4 this quarter. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
I don't know if you push the panic button now, but that's the 4th personal, and he needs to stay aggressive out there. So going to be interesting to see how he plays moving forward.
Stolen by Wilson. Fires from the line. The shot by Brogdon, no good.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Certain guys can play within themselves and still dominate. You played along one of the best that you saw up close in Tim Duncan.
One of the things I think about with Tim is how many numbers he left on the board, Kevin. The way that Coach Popovich played him, minimal minutes, touches when needed most, where Tim usually came through, but how much more dominant he truly could have been.
And he didn't care about numbers, did he?
Not at all. He cared about one number, and that's putting W's on the board. But how many more things Tim Duncan would have led categorically in the history of the NBA at the power forward position, but overall, the numbers would have been staggering.
Pass to Jones, and the layup falls. And the Trailblazers lead by 19.
I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Here's Robinson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Free throw good, Robinson.
That's his 2nd personal.
And so he makes both from the line. There's 1:47 left here in the 4th quarter. And Garnett, that's good.
Mindset right now is pretty strong. Superb at staying aggressive, and right now stringing some plays together.
Here's Horford. And finished off by Horford.
Full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control since the opening tip, and that may have sealed the deal.
I can imagine a lot of things right now, but a comeback, that's not one of them.
Pass to Murray. Timberwolves passing it around. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Trailblazers.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage, plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Horford.
It felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Down low. It's stolen by Garnett. Bielitsa tips it back in.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. That free throw, no good.
Shooting for Portland.
Good on the second free throw. There's 37 seconds left in the 4th quarter. For 3, Murray. And Jones sends it back. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. That one misses. wide open. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And here is Horford. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it,